Respect is not a gift freely given, but a trophy earned from an inner battle, where integrity, discipline, and self-respect are the weapons. If the shadows of old habits still linger in your life, bravely cast them aside. Only then will you deserve to hold your head high, embracing true respect. Don't delude yourself that superficial kindness or unconditional humility will buy people's hearts. The stark truth is, no matter how hard you try, there will still be eyes of disdain casting seeds of doubt. Because respect is not only measured by actions, but by character, by the habits ingrained in your subconscious. I was once a wanderer in the maze of submissiveness, believing that a fake smile and unconditional willingness would open the doors of respect. But I was wrong. I only turned myself into a faint shadow in the eyes of others. Only when I dared to tear off the mask of pretense, dare to face the toxic habits like making excuses and seeking external validation, did I find a way out. Respect is not a miracle that happens overnight, but the result of a long journey where I learned to love and respect myself. This message is etched in my heart. Respect does not come from the outside. It sprouts from within. Only when you dare demand more from yourself, dare to transcend the limits of mediocrity, can you conquer the respect you deserve. Habit number 1, the silent enemy of respect, making excuses. Let's be honest. Every time you make an excuse, you're digging a grave for your own respect. Who among us hasn't sought reasons to justify lateness or shortcomings? Traffic jams, delayed colleagues, or simply life happens. We often find ways to shirk responsibility. But the harsh truth is, the world doesn't care about reasons. They only look at results. I used to be a master of making excuses. Every time I was late, I had a story about traffic jams or random events. I thought that as long as I had a reason, everything would be fine. But then I realized, no matter how valid my reasons were, I was gradually losing trust. Friends no longer believed I would arrive on time. My boss stopped giving me important projects, and even my family gradually distanced themselves. I was losing respect from all sides, and I didn't understand why. The truth is, making excuses doesn't make you responsible. It only exposes your weakness. It shows that you can't control your life, and nothing kills respect faster than letting others see you lose control. Whether you're late because you overslept or because of traffic, the result is the same. You weren't there when needed, and that's your fault. When I realized this, it hit me hard. I was the problem, not the world around me. I was too lenient with myself and expected others to be the same. But the world owes you nothing. They respect accountability, not evasion. I remember once, when I was late again and made the usual traffic excuse, someone asked, "Then why didn't you leave earlier?" That question was like a stab, but they were right. Every time I made an excuse, I was saying that I wasn't responsible for my life. How could I expect others to respect that? Here's the deep message. Making excuses isn't just words, it's a mindset. It traps you in the role of the victim, always blaming external factors. But when you dare to take responsibility, everything changes. When I stopped making excuses and started taking responsibility for my mistakes, something amazing happened. People started trusting me again. They noticed a change in my mindset, and they respected me for it. No more excuses. If I was wrong, I admitted it. If I was late, I apologized without any traffic stories. And here's the important thing. People are much more forgiving when you don't try to wiggle out with excuses. They respect someone who dares to say, "It was my fault. I'll do better next time," rather than someone who always blames circumstances. The issue isn't perfection, but responsibility. The deep message here is, you have to stop lying to yourself before you expect others to respect you. Every time you make an excuse, you're reinforcing the belief that you can't control your life. And if you don't believe you have control, why should others? Respect is built on reliability, responsibility, and self-respect. If you continue to hide behind excuses, people will see through you, and you will never get the respect you desire. So, next time you feel an excuse creeping in, stop, take a deep breath, take responsibility, and move forward. It's a hard habit to break, But when you stop making excuses, you'll be surprised at the amount of respect you receive from others and from yourself. Secondly, the sworn enemy of respect, laziness. If you let laziness gnaw at your spirit, listen to me. Don't dream of respect because you don't deserve it. I know these words sound like a stab, but that's the naked truth. You might carry within you a treasure trove of potential, a vast sky of talent and burning dreams. But if you just sit still and let them rot, it's all meaningless. This world doesn't glorify dormant potential. It only bows to powerful actions, and laziness is the end of all potential. I used to be delusional, believing that innate talent could take me to the top without effort. I was the type who could bend the rules, achieving decent results with minimal effort. But I was wrong. The harsh truth is, no one respected me for that. They might say he's capable, but their eyes said otherwise. Because laziness isn't a lack of ability, it's a lack of will, and only effort can buy respect. I remember vividly the moment the truth struck me. In a group project, while everyone was sweating and toiling, I just floated around, contributing just enough to get by. I thought that just showing up and doing a few trivial tasks, others would take care of the rest. But when we presented, everyone's efforts shone brightly except mine, and their disappointed eyes, without a word, said it all. I had lost their respect. I not only betrayed my teammates' trust, I also betrayed myself. The problem wasn't the project, but that I didn't dare to give my best. Everyone saw through that, and the respect for me vanished like smoke. The scary thing about laziness is that it's too easy to see. You might think you're hiding your negligence, but no, everyone sees it. They see when you don't give your all, when you work half-heartedly, when you avoid difficulties. And the worst thing, laziness is contagious. It drags those around you into the pit of stagnation. They stop expecting anything from you, and that's the end of respect. When people no longer believe you'll make an effort, they'll kick you out of the game. Here's the deep message. Laziness is a form of self-destruction. It's not just tiredness or lack of motivation, but a wrong mindset where you deceive yourself that you can live by without trying. But the truth is, every time you choose laziness, you're choosing a mediocre life. You're telling yourself that comfort is more important than growth. And believe me, this world only glorifies those who dare to push their limits. I paid dearly for this lesson. I used to think that taking the easy road was smart, was saving energy, but I was wrong. Success doesn't just come from talent or intelligence, but from perseverance, hard work, and dedication. The people who are respected are those who dare to face difficulties, those who dare to do what others avoid, those who dare to show up even when they don't want to. Laziness is the opposite of all that. It shows you don't dare to challenge yourself. And if you don't dare to do that, why should others respect you? You can't hide laziness. It's shown through every gesture, every word, every way you approach work. Everyone sees when you're coasting, when you're not giving your all, and that affects how they treat you. If you're lazy, don't dream of great responsibilities. Don't dream of leadership roles. Thirdly, the self-destructive enemy of respect. Excessive emotional reactions. Remember, every time you let emotions control you, you are personally destroying the bridge to respect. It's not just about outbursts of anger, but also sudden tears, hasty decisions, all of which betray your inner instability. When others see you lose control, they won't dare to place their trust in you. They will doubt your leadership abilities. They will be wary of your friendship, because an excessive emotional reaction is an admission that you are not mature enough, not strong enough to master your own life. I used to be a slave to emotional waves. A single criticism was enough to make me fly into a rage. A slight disagreement was enough to make me sulk for hours. Looking back, I find myself truly ashamed. I thought I was defending myself, but in reality, I was only exposing my weakness. And here's a harsh truth. No one respects someone who cannot control their own emotions. We admire those who are calm under pressure, those who receive criticism with constructive attitude, those who overcome difficulties with resilience. That is true strength. But When you react excessively emotionally, you are sending a completely opposite message. You are telling the world that you are a puppet of emotions, not the master of reason. And people will avoid you because they fear that a single wrong word could ignite an emotional storm. Here is the deep message. Emotional reactions are not a sign of passion, but a sign of insecurity. It stems from fear, from inner fragility. But this world does not respect fragility. It only respects strength and steadfastness. I once worked with someone like that. Every time there was a different opinion, she would either throw a tantrum or sulk in silence. People gradually distanced themselves from her, afraid to share opinions, afraid to assign important tasks. She didn't realize that every time she lost control, she was personally burning a bridge. And here's the harsh truth. Emotional reactions do not make you stronger. They only make you weaker. You might think you are expressing your personality, but in reality, you're only exposing your lack of control. And people will not respect you. They will pity you. Ask yourself, do you admire those who easily lose control? Certainly not. You will feel embarrassed for them, even if you don't say it. That is exactly the feeling you will cause in others if you let emotions control you. So, why do we react excessively emotionally? Because we feel threatened, because our ego is hurt, because we fear losing control. But true strength does not lie in anger, but in calmness. When you can maintain your composure in the face of criticism, in the face of pressure, you will prove your mettle, and that is the key to opening the door to respect. The Stoics taught that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions. And that is the secret. Your reaction is your strength. You can choose to be angry, or you can choose to be calm. When you are calm, you will think more clearly, make better decisions, avoid words and actions that cause regret. You will maintain your dignity. I remember once having a heated argument with a close friend. Things were escalating, and I almost lost control. But then I realized, if I let emotions control me, this friendship will be broken. I took a deep breath, stepped back, and listened. Thanks to that, we had a frank conversation and resolved the issue. If I had reacted emotionally, I would have lost a precious friend. Respect is not something you can demand, but something you must earn through integrity and self-discipline. Toxic habits like making excuses, laziness, and excessive emotional reactions will gradually erode your respect. Look at the people you admire. They are not perfect, but they are consistent, responsible, and composed. They don't blame others. They don't crumble under pressure. If you want to be respected, start by respecting yourself, by eliminating the habits that are holding you back. And finally, I sincerely thank all of you for taking the time to watch this video. If you found it helpful and meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support me in creating more quality content. Thank you all very much.